everyone, I'm Kim Bearden and I'm a librarian for St. Tammany Parish Schools. Today's story is going to be Rosie, Revere, Engineer. If you saw my story 2 days ago called Dolly 1.0, this is along the same lines as that story. I love these stories. But I'm reading this one today in honor of my son, Mitch Bearden, who is graduating with honors from the University of Louisiana with a degree in mechanical engineering. I am so proud of him in reaching all of his goals. He even has a career all set up and ready to go. So excited for him in the next phase of his life. And Mitch, I want you to remember, and I quote directly from this children's book, to remember that there is something to learn from every mistake. The only true failure can come if you quit. Continue to dream bold dreams. You're going to be a great engineer, Mitch. Now, for our story, Rosie, Revere, Engineer. This book is written by Andrea Beaty and it is illustrated by David Roberts. This is the story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie sat shyly, not daring to speak. Can you find her? She's sitting right here. But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer's stash. And late at night, Rosie pulled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under the eaves. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far under her bed where they'd never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye and made fine inventions for her uncles and aunts, a hot dog dispenser and helium pants. The uncle she loved most was zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off of his head, from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away. See her creation above her head? And there's zookeeper Fred. And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud. But Fred slapped his knee and he chuckled out loud. He laughed till he wheezed and his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat and then looked away. "I love it," Fred hooted. "Oh, truly I do." But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day, she kept her dreams to herself. So Uncle Fred's reaction to the hat made Rosie feel bad. And he didn't really mean to hurt her feelings. He thought it was humorous, he thought it was funny, but it really hurt her feelings. So now she feels discouraged. Do you think she'll build anything else? Let's see. And that's how it went until one autumn day, her oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was a true dynamo who worked building airplanes a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of the things she had done and goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. "The only thrill left on my list is to fly." But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that one up to an old lady's dreams. That night, as Rosie laid wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept into her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, "No, not I." But questions are tricky and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. So she's scared to do it. She's afraid to be a failure. But she can't stop thinking about it. So she's going to try. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see the ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. We can't see it yet because it's all covered up. And here it is. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The hella cheese copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Take a good look at this. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned around to see the old woman laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, "Oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin or build with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer." She turned around to leave, but then Great-Great-Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close and hugged her and kissed her and started to cry. "You did it! Hooray! It's the perfect first try! This great flop is over. It's time for the next." Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, and perplexed. "I failed," said dear Rosie. "It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it? The cheese copter crashed." "Yes," said her great aunt, "it crashed. That is true. But before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew." Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's get busy and on to the next. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear, to dream the bold dreams of a great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 build gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed Rosie Revere Engineer and the fact that She believed that she wasn't any good just because her inventions flopped. But thank goodness for Great Aunt Rose to show her that just trying, there's something to learn from it. And remember, the only true failure can come if you quit. Well, thanks for reading with me today. And don't forget, keep learning and keep reading. And now, a message from Burrow. Burrow says, keep learning and keep reading. Right, Burrow?